Welcome to my page. I am Kath, owner of Sleep Easy, and I am a children and infants sleep consultant based in Bristol but working with people around the world. So today's video is just a short introduction to me, my life, and why I decided to become a children's sleep consultant. Let's start at the very beginning. Throughout my life, I have always worked in early years. Absolutely love seeing the development of children, getting to know the psychology behind it, doing a lot of work with mindfulness. But in 2015, me and my husband had our daughter, who was just delightful. She slept really well up until about the age of 6 months, when she started having odd little quirks, let's say quirks, which was okay. I managed it. I probably ended up doing a little bit too much for her, and she became quite heavily dependent on us to go to sleep, which wasn't an issue really, but we will get to when it became an issue. This video is all about when I did everything wrong, even as someone who thought she should know better. So yes, so had out my daughter, I became a Ofsted outstanding childminder, which I absolutely loved, especially because it meant that I got to stay home with my daughter, and she got to have some lovely friends come round every day to play. We had a lovely little setup. It was great. Life was good. We knew we wanted to have another child, so in 2017 we were lucky enough to find out we were expecting again. However, this is when things started to change with my daughter, and quite understandably too. So in 2017, found out I was pregnant, which was wonderful, but we also found out that I had cancer. Not so wonderful. The hospital asked if I wanted to carry on the pregnancy or abort and have surgery, and obviously I still wanted to keep my baby, so I kept my baby, but then had to have 2 operations while I was pregnant after 20 weeks to remove some tumours, which was absolutely horrific. Obviously had to stop work earlier than I was wanting to, and the impact it had on my daughter, I think I underestimated, because I went into survival mode. Obviously she was a priority, but we'd gone from busy fun household mum who was pregnant but still able to run around and look after her, to a mum who is in bed and no friends coming around anymore. To make things more complicated, my husband works away at sea and he was out of the country too, so it wasn't a very good time for us, and understandably my daughter's sleep just plummeted. She was all of a sudden needing a lot more from me. She was wanting a light at bedtime, she was wanting music, she was wanting a light show, she was wanting cuddles to sleep, she was waking up early, asking to come in with me, she was just waking frequently during the night, and I felt completely lost because I was wanting to prioritise her but also needing to look after myself as well. And I did absolutely everything wrong. I was inconsistent. I gave her lots of variables. I bought her motion sensor lights. I let her come in with me if she woke up in the middle of the night, which is okay at times, but it was becoming more and more and more and more and more. And neither of us were getting the quality sleep that we needed. I went from, that gentle mum and, just letting her have what she needed, to being absolutely exhausted and deciding, no, I can't do this, I need to be strict, and I was using cry it out, and even at the worst stage I found myself almost not yelling but just being so frustrated with her. About 3 o'clock in the morning, she was angry, I was angry, we were both miserable, and it broke me. And it broke her a little bit as well, I think, but my pride was way too high, and I refused to acknowledge that I might need some help, that I might need some support, especially as a childcare professional. I thought, what's wrong with me? I should know what I'm doing, I should be able to support her, and I just felt like a huge, huge failure. My husband came back from sea and found a broken wife and a very overtired but still lovely little girl, and he really had to come in and fix things, and he did. He, sought out some help and he did lots of research himself. Back then, sleep consultants weren't such a huge thing in the UK, so we didn't have a sleep consultant, but we came as close to it as we could. But he just took over and I was out of the sleep equation for a little while, which in hindsight wasn't the best. We didn't come up with the best solution, but we did get there. It took quite a long time. My daughter now sleeps wonderfully. She is still the fussier of my two sleepers, but that's just down to her personality a lot. She is now 8 in 2023. She's 8 anyway. So that's where we were. I was completely broken. Had my son, and I'm healthy, he's healthy, there was no complications, which was great, and I was determined to make sure that his sleep was dealt with in a better way from the beginning. So did lots of research and life was good for a little while, and both the children were sleeping fine. Then COVID hit and my childminded business went a lot quieter because most children were having to stay at home, which was fine, but I started getting itchy feet and I was like, I don't really want to be a childminder forever. I want to have my home back. I want to be able to give more time to my children without lots of other children running around as well. So I started thinking about what I really wanted to do and the best bits of my job as a childminder. And I had been supporting families with, emotional needs, sleep needs, mindfulness activities, for a few years in my childminder business. I'd really honed in on the mindfulness and the needs of the children, and I absolutely loved it, but I loved the benefits that I could see in the parents as well. So that's when I started investigating becoming a sleep consultant, and I came across the Sleep Nanny with Lucy Shrimpton and got certified as a sleep consultant in the UK. It's actually the only company within the UK that is certified qualification. So I became qualified in 2021 and have been a sleep consultant ever since, and I absolutely love my job. But the reason for this video today is to let you all know that life isn't always the Instagram posts. If you look on my personal Instagram posts from when my daughter was 18 months, 2 years old, it looks like we were having a wonderful time, we had a perfect life, when reality was far from the truth. So I've been there. It's not a failure to ask for help. I wish that I had reached out and asked for help earlier, and that's what I want to do. I want to help as many families as possible to avoid feeling the way that I felt when my daughter was not sleeping. And it's all totally unavoidable. I do not promote any cry it out. I only use gentle techniques, really tailored to every family, so that the parent's mental health and the child's mental health is all taken into account, and we can build a really good relationship and work together if that is something you're interested in. If not, then hopefully you can find the rest of this page really useful and you can get some tips to hopefully get you through any sleep issues that you are having. If you do have any questions, then feel free to email me, because I'm happy to give advice where I can. However, if you are interested in some one-to-one sleep training, then please check out my reviews and you can book a free call with me to have a talk over Zoom to see what's going on, get to know each other and decide what sort of level of support would be best for you to get you through your sleep challenges. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and please remember to subscribe and like this video, and I will see you soon for the next installment.